Hey everybody, Dave Whitmarsh here. Got a nice little presentation today from Robert Brown, CEO at Illumo. He's built out and we've been working together, but Robert's built out a pretty good partner program for organizations to help them grow their business based off of gathering data. It seems something that he's really good at. And with that in mind, keeping in mind that this presentation is geared towards people in the human capital space that are looking to add a product to the mix, uncover potential consulting arrangements, and I think you'll be well entertained and it'll be good use of your time. Without further ado, Robert.
Hey, thank you. Thanks so much, David. I'm very excited to have the conversation today. And if there are questions, we'll be monitoring the chat, and please ask questions as we go through this, because, really what we want to share today is a experience or a platform that we have that is really a tool that drives engagement and drives our partner relationships. As a company, we're really focused on building our organization through partners, and frankly, we need them. And I'll tell you exactly why is because our tool is extremely good at helping to identify issues and problems within an organization, but then we need partners to help solve that. So I really share with our partner that we are the tool, and the solution, though, is our partners, and we are building a partner marketplace and really looking to drive this. So that's why we wanted to share this with you today, help you understand exactly what it is. But it really comes down to our philosophy, and that is that we have a complete philosophy within our organization that we are 100% partner focused. And we believe that if we can help, the way that we work is we look at and we say, okay, so the question we ask is, how do we drive business for our partners? How do we help them succeed? Because we know by default, as long as we stay focused on that, that we will also succeed based on the success of our partners. So that's really our philosophy. And what I'm going to share with you today is how, as an organization, we can help you to earn new business 3 to 10 times the engagements that you have with your clients, quantify the impact of your engagements that you have. And then it was interesting. I was talking to a partner, and I just used their term the other day of to make it stick. Because one of our partners, consulting partners, you're like, hey, our biggest issue is we come in and provide training and assistance, and then we walk out the door and it doesn't stick. And so if you can figure out a way to help me make it stick. And so we do, and that's exactly what we do. And that's one of the great things that we'll share with you today. And then, of course, creating a new residual revenue stream, right? How do we make money together to make this all make sense? So I want to share with you a little bit about our tool today and help you understand what we do. And then I'll tie this all back and we'll cover those key points that I just indicated to you here at the end of the conversation, where we'll tie it all together. But again, if you have questions as we go through it, please fire them off in the chat. But Illumo itself, what our product does, or the tool, what we are, is a human experience at work organization. And we help organizations to quantify that experience. My past history is as a CEO running different organizations, and I've always had amazing financial tools when it comes to our, reporting and all of our data. But when it came to our people and culture, there were no such thing as real-time metrics. I had lagging indicators about churn rates and all of those types of things, but where do I get real-time metrics? Well, that's where we help organizations, is because the traditional process of where they try to gather data and feedback is through the traditional survey process. And frankly, those are just really out of date. The process doesn't work well for an organization because the timing, right? It's a single moment in time. We gather understanding or insight for that day. Well, tomorrow, new people are hired, other people are gone. We have new things. We're doing different things. Well, my perceptions of the company, I just had a fight with my manager. So now I would have given you good scores yesterday, but I didn't today. It's that is all completely dynamic, but we haven't had a dynamic way to measure that. And so we do these surveys and they're rearward thinking, and you go out and gather questions, and then we try to pull some insight. And you may even do some level of this, of an assessment or something with your potential clients, where you're gathering insight and it's helpful. But fighting the fighting the response rates, one-sided questions survey, we're not really engaging. And for most organizations, what this actually ends up creating is disengagement versus the engagement they were intending, because they're saying, hey, look, we want to listen, but then they don't follow up with the actions and actually connect that to their feedback. So we create greater disengagement than we do engagement. So that's why we created Lumo. We wanted to create for an organization the very first real-time human analytics to help guide an organization. Because I firmly believe that you can't move the needle within an organization if you don't have a needle. And this really comes down to all of the things that you as our partners deliver to your clients as well. I ask you the question, do you have a needle on how and what you do affects the organization? And some of you may have designed some different ways, and I'm not saying that nobody has this, but in general, we typically don't have, for example, if I'm a leadership coach or something like that. Well, how do I know? Maybe I'm coaching a leader over a specific team. Well, if I don't have a needle on that team to know how they feel and what's going on within the team, then how do I know if my coaching is really making that impact? I can get some anecdotal insights from that individual, but what we really try to do is deliver the needle so that you can measure human sentiment within the organization. We do it in a very systematic and simple process where we help organizations to listen to their people, engage in conversations, take action, and then, of course, measure their progress. And the way that we help them to listen is through wherever they are. Maybe this organization uses Slack or Teams or something like that. Then we'll ask questions within there. One of my favorites, frankly, though, is just a simple text. We found this to be extremely effective. Our highest performing organizations are frankly using text. And it's not even an app, but we just simply ask a question every single week about a different aspect of their experience with the company. And that delivers this consistency and consistent feedback into the platform. We ask questions that were developed by organizational psychologists surrounding every aspect of the organization. So for example, if you're a consultant, a DE&I consultant, well, yes, we have categories and campaigns that specifically help you to understand exactly where the organization is. And then as you implement and help this organization to move forward, we have the ability to help you show and demonstrate the movement as you move the needle, and help you understand all the way along the process, not just before and after, but all the way along the process. Hey, where are we making progress? What are the gaps? What are the roadblocks we're hitting? What are the frustrations that are happening? So that then we can iterate and adjust what we're doing with the client to help them make sure that by the time we get to the end, we have that expected outcome. That's one of the powerful tools that we deliver. So in here, we built all of these different pre-built campaigns. And as our partner, you can launch these metrics with your organizations that you work with. But one of the magic things we'll also show you is that these are here to help provide the metrics on certain things. But as a partner, you can design and you can create all of your own metrics and leverage, again, our tool, because we're the tool and you're the solution. And I'll show you more and more about what that means. But
Hey,
so it
Robert,
as
sorry,
yeah,
if I could
please.
just jump in here, but with these pre-built um, opportunities of different things, it gives organizations a lot of flexibility. Quite frankly, 2020 is a great example of some of the things that have happened in the world that, almost overnight, issues
Changed
have
everything.
arisen in
Yeah.
organizations, and if you had a traditional process in place, by the time you get that up and rolling, come to conclusion of how you want to deliver it, get a firm in to deliver it, you're months down the road. You're already behind the game, and in your case, it's there. Theoretically, you could turn on one of these modules, hit them with those data points, and have tangible metrics, within a week.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where, like, when COVID came along, we immediately created a COVID campaign because our clients were looking to measure and understand the experience, right? The remote workplace experience is a huge one right now. Diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging is big. Of course, even the mental health, right? So we have a mental health campaign because organizations are focused on that right now. But again, how do you move the needle with mental health if you don't have a needle? If you don't know where and how your people feel about what's going on in the organization, then how do you know if you're taking the right actions? And so this bottom line, this consistent daily insight and daily feedback delivers real-time actionable insights to the organization. And where this helps our partners is that as you're helping to move these organizations forward, well, I have the ability to show you exactly how you're doing that and the progress you're making, and give it and gather feedback all the way along to help you perfect that process with your clients, and be able to also prove, one of the biggest ones I always hear is, well, yeah, how do I quantify my leadership training or coaching into numbers or metrics and say, hey, I help take an individual from this to that in a quantifiable way? Well, I can give you that number. I can provide that data to you that now you're able to say, hey, yeah, as we coach people, we see an average of, a 44% increase within X amount of time. That goes in your marketing, right? You have a way to prove it. These soft skills are not unmeasurable. Everybody always felt like, oh, well, why can we, we've almost accepted essentially that soft skills are unmeasurable, and that's BS. It's not true. We can absolutely measure and quantify those. And
Right.
that's where
And by doing that, like you pull those numbers, you go to your C level and you get budget based off of real-time data, instead of wouldn't it be nice to do this, or we should be doing this, right?
so true. Yes, because I love this comment, the language of business is numbers. And we help HR, whoever, speak that language, right? Because what happens is that when you see these live real-time dashboards that quantify for you within an organization, hey, look, we're crushing it. Department 55 is doing the amazing job on their new hire processes. But in the same company, department 55 is doing a terrible job, 50 is doing awesome, right? Employee engagement, hey, where are we struggling with that in the organization? Well, now you can take a surgical, tactical approach. And what we do with our partners, I'll share this with you here in a minute, of course, but we give you this platform for free. And I'm going to tell you that right now. I give you this platform for free to go help you to close business with your clients, because it's the same thing. Once I can help you show and demonstrate exactly where in the company they need help, well, guess what? Now it's really easy for them. It raises the level of importance. One of the struggles is always, hey, well, do we really need this? Is this going to make a difference? How can we measure? What's the impact? Well, I can help you solve all of those problems within an organization. And that's why we help give this to our partners, is because we want you to go win that business. Because I know 100% that if I get in there, there's no way I'm coming out. So we'll give it to them free. We'll give it to you free, run it, set it up. And that's how we go close business together.
Right.
It's
And from the consultant standpoint, now you have a huge competitive advantage, because you're not just selling a program, you're selling an engagement based off of data that now shows the operator they can bring that data to their C level, get budget, and if nobody else is doing it, or bringing that type of opportunity, then you're the shoe-in for the obvious choice to offer the solution based off of the results that we show here.
Exactly. And I had a partner that signed up with us just the last week that's exactly what they said. They said, we just lost a consulting opportunity with an organization because somebody else had just it wasn't sophisticated like this, but they had a simple assessment that they came in and then they had a way to try to track and measure it. And the organization's rules like, well, these guys have a way to prove their value. You don't. Well, we're going to choose them. And that's what we do here is we provide the most sophisticated way to deliver insight to the organization. Now, not only do we ask questions that bring back numbers and metrics, but the most important thing that we deliver, and this is really our secret sauce, is the fact that we are I look at us as the anti-survey platform. And what I mean by that is, yes, we ask questions, but our questions are also designed as conversation starters, where we actually engage with people within the organization in live, real time, interactive, anonymous conversations to learn and understand the why behind the numbers. Because the numbers tell me where to focus and where we need to strategically help this organization to improve. But now the real answers come in the why, right? So we need to understand from their people through a conversational approach, what is happening, why, what do we need to change, how is this impacting you? And that's what we do here, is we really help them through this to identify in these conversations. Like, I love this one because it's like, hey, what's the one thing you would recommend to most improve your job? Well, the response comes back, communication. Well, that's like a typical survey response. How's that going to help me? And so we ask the question, well, hey, that's great. Thanks for responding, but help us understand what aspects of communication you're looking to see improvement in. Is it this or that? And we start this conversation. We get the most tactical, amazing insights through this consistent feedback. And remember, this is coming in every single day. We're gathering insights and feedback. It will blow your mind. I like to say it's almost like cheating because you get all the answers to the test. You're getting all of the answers as you go through it just simply by asking and having an effective employee listening platform. Then we can help them to identify, and this is where you guys really come in, is in the action phase, right? To help them take action and then start to measure the progress of those actions over time. So we're here to help them, and we help them with our success teams that engage in those conversations every single day. But what I'm hoping that you're starting to see is that this generates business and business and business for you guys, because we're identifying all the gaps and the deficiencies and the strengths and weaknesses within the organization like that. We can identify them, we can understand them, we can measure them, we can track them, we can put a needle on it and show progress, all of that. But guess what? We don't play that role. What we do is we're the tool. We help them to get the insight and the data, but then we're looking to connect them with strategic consultants and help you guys to go be the solution to that. That's how we position ourselves. We're not the solution to the problem. We are helping them identify and understand the problem and then helping them get to the right resources to do that. And that's why we need partners. You're a key to our success and key to the organization's success. So going back to where we started, let's talk about those core things about what we do in this partnership to help you win and earn new business. The first thing is I'm going to help you to earn new business. And I do that by giving you the platform and this amazing Leap report. If you want to use it, it's all part of the solution to give you a complete full version of the product where you can launch every campaign. We can work with you to build custom campaigns. But bottom line, we leverage the technology, and within a week or two, I say 14 to 30 days, it's up to you. Whatever you need with each individual client will allow you to do. But the whole intent is just get it in, show the data, so that then you have the ability to come back to them and say, oh, well, okay, we were talking about engaging with your organization. Here's the things we were looking at. And here, look, you're right. We have struggles in these areas that you talked about. But guess what? We also have struggles in this and this and this and this and this. And so let's get started here like we planned. But long term, we're also going to look to help focus on some of these. And what I've seen is sometimes it's like, oh yeah, we thought we needed your help here, but it looks like the data is saying we need it over here. So it's this amazing conversation that bottom line just provides the proof of why they need your help and why they need your services. Then this is probably the secret sauce for our partners, is because oftentimes you come in with a single engagement or an engagement over a year or something like that. Well, we deliver consistent data, consistent insights that consistently show them where and why they need your help. There's no reason why you can't now look at the programs and the services that you provide to create ongoing residual long-term relationships with these organizations, to be their consultant, helping them to address and identify and solve the problems that are shown here within the platform. This is where we just we give you the ticket to long term engagements, because we're consistently driving new opportunities and showing them in physical hard data, oh, we need to address this, oh, we're struggling with this, oh, let's take care of that.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So yeah, it is amazing, Robert, and I'm totally in love with this, by the way. So what's really neat, though, from a consulting standpoint, and where I see, and you talk about those long engagements, I 100% agree. So let's say you're working with a customer or a prospect, and they've identified, you know, one of whatever items is on the table, and we'll use DEI because it's one of the hottest. And you've identified the DEI problems. You come in, you address it, you put a program together. Through the real-time data, you can show improvement, you can show results. You can probably see it in the company, right? So at month 3, month 6, depending on where the engagement is. Now you sit down with that customer, and you can say, so we've been pretty successful here. What's next, right? And then you can say, well, I recommend this, this, and this based off of some of those data points. And you're already sitting in front of the customer with data, right?
That's right.
It's your engagement to lose. Right?
It's a consistent flow of insight that generates new opportunities for you and your consulting firm with this organization. And that's where I love to share with organizations. You can think about some ways to strategize and maybe even offer some new services or ways of doing business that are now long-term with these organizations versus, just as project-based. And I think that can create some real value. But that's exactly right. One of the other things I've also seen is, for example, if I'm a DE&I consultant and I really help and focus in that specific area, well, I may just focus on that. But do you know how DE&I affects overall engagement or the other scores or metrics within an organization? Of course, the rising tide raises all ships, right? So if you can help make major improvements, and you can also say, oh, well, yes, we help here, but guess what? We also have side benefits of this and this and this that we've proven through the data through Illumo. Those are powerful tools. So I could go on for days, but it's a powerful tool to help partners create that long term. And then going back to this statement of really, we help you quantify the impact of those engagements. So again, I can help you see, for example, hey, with organizations, we help them, we have a 24% improvement of these things that we help with within 30 days, and this after 60 days, or that after 90. I can give you all those data points, powerful data points. But if I don't have things that track exactly what you do, this is how you're different. So some partners have said, well, if other partners are using Illumo, then it's all the same. That's not true, because you can customize and create your own campaigns, your secret sauce, your specific things that you work with. So again, use mine. If I've got what you need and they're what you want and you love the campaigns and the metrics, then great, turn them on and use those. But also work with us to just create your own custom campaigns that measure specifically the exact things that you help and do for an organization. And now you have your own custom metrics that are proprietary to you and your as a partner. I just love the fact that it's completely custom and able for you to prioritize what you need to know. Because again, we can put a needle on anything. You just need to help us know and understand what you're trying to measure, and then we'll help you get that done. This one, making it stick. Well, why don't things stick? Well, of course, things start to slip off, or things aren't followed, or we're not doing those things anymore. Well, great. Let's build campaigns that identify, help us track and measure that, so that then we can help an organization know, oh, looks like, some of the things we were working on with you have started to slip a little. Let's provide some reinforcement. I've also seen them use the tool to just send off like micro learnings and trainings and things like that, because we have such an effective communication platform. So there's all kinds of ways that we can help you understand better how this does it. But bottom line, we can help you make that stick within the organization. And then, of course, why do we do all this? Is so that we can create new residual revenue. So this is another one that many, not all, but many, in fact, most consulting and partnerships are one-off, one-time basis. Now, maybe one time over a few months, maybe one time over a 12-month engagement or something, but you're always trying to work and turn those into longer. But one of the difficulties is that, creating a residual revenue stream. Well, in this model, that's what we do for you. We help you to build a long-term revenue stream. Even if you, for example, bring us into a client and they sign up for our product and service, you work with them, and maybe you do a 12-month engagement, and then you exit because you are done there for some reason. Well, guess what? You keep getting paid. As long as they're a client of ours, 3 years, 6 years, 10 years, as long as they're a client of ours, you continue to get paid on that engagement. So it's not about, oh, well, I've seen all kinds of crazy things where organizations say, oh, well, yeah, we'll pay you for the first, sign up for that first contract term or something like that. That's crazy. We want to pay you for as long as you have that relationship. If you introduce us there, we want to build long-term residual revenue. And we help you to do that in your model, not ours. This is, again, our partner philosophy of how we really work. We're so focused on partners and just doing what's right for you. That's the bottom line. When we get questions of, oh, hey, should we do this or do that? Well, what's right for the partner? What's going to work and be best for them? That's what we do. So we have 3 different types. We have a referral partners for clients that are just like, hey, love what you guys do. I'm just going to refer clients over to you. I don't personally want to take commissions. We have some organizations, hey, we want to stay agnostic. We feel like that will break that if we take commissions, but I'll just refer clients. So we can do that if you want, but there's also client commissions that are available to you should you choose. Now, most of our partners are actually our direct partners, where they do have a revenue share with us and receive these ongoing residual commissions that are in the platform. But some of our clients also say, hey, in some cases I want to refer, and that's the right relationship that I have with this client. But in others, instead of selling you as a separate product, I'm just going to sell it as my product and embed it in what I do and provide it as part of my services. So just give me a wholesale agreement, you bill me, and I'll bill the customer just as part of my service and embed it in what I do. Great. Whatever works best for you. That's what we want to do. And so some clients even have a direct and a wholesale agreement with us. And then on a client by client basis, they choose what's best for them. So that's where we try to be just super flexible to help you achieve this. But bottom line, we're going to help you to, go out and win new business. We're going to help you to make it stick with your clients long term. We're going to help you continue to drive new revenue through consistent and new engagements within those partners. And then we're going to help you measure and track and provide the data and the assistance that you need as a true partner. And that's why we're looking for key partnerships to establish, because frankly, we need you. We need your help and support with our clients and your clients so that we can have this partnership that is a win-win for both of us.
Right.
So,
and I was just going to say, there is no cost, right? No cost. It's all based off of an engagement that happens. It's not like you have a partner license or anything. So barrier to
we don't
get in
play, I don't
is
know.
a good customer that I think could be a good fit for.
You're exactly right. Yeah, we don't play games. We don't play games. We earn our partners with our service, not with our contracts. You know, you don't have to contract, you don't have to do X amount. Look, we're just going to help work hand in hand with you to drive revenue. I don't need to put that type of restrictions on. You know, we're a partner company and we love partners. That's our whole focus is on partners driving the organization, because you have those trusted relationships and you can get us into the door with a platform like this that then helps you succeed and us succeed. So that's what we're here to do. So if you are ready and would like, you know, the next steps, frankly, if you want to move forward, we would have you meet with a partner success coach. They'll talk to you about, you know, the documents and which agreements you feel like are best for you. We'll schedule a kickoff call where then we start working on strategic marketing plans where we work together on, you know, webinars and all these things. You know, like we're involved. We're not the partner sitting on the side saying, hey, you going to send anything our way? We're 100% involved in helping work with you and grow your organization. And that's the type of partner that we want to be. So if you're looking for that type of a relationship and you're looking for a way to help identify these key areas to drive your business forward, then I encourage you to reach out to me. You can reach me at robert@allumo.com. You can book a meeting right on my Calendly at calendly.com/Robert Allumo, or you can reach me on my phone. Call me. Let's have a conversation and let's just talk through what would be best, because that's what we're here to do. Drive your business through a powerful, powerful tool that delivers the insight that you need to be successful and help your clients be successful long term.
Yeah, and I will add, you know, from my 20 plus years in the space, I haven't seen um, an organization that is really willing to work with partners as easy as Robert and his team are. And to give you an idea, this is you know, in a decent sized company, you know, you could almost be up and running, you know, within 48 hours of starting your first campaign, right? It's not that difficult. And
So true. It's amazing how quick and
yeah,
easy it's virtually plug and play for organizations. So, you know, the launch process, adding this in, those are a lot of the questions we get. Well, you know, is this difficult to get a customer up and running or that type of thing? No, it's a piece of cake. So, but yeah, if there's any questions or things that people want to fire off into the chat, happy to answer those. If not, that's essentially our presentation. Happy to hang on and show people through the platform or anything else that you guys would like to see to get some more details or data. But that's why we're here and we're excited and appreciate your time today. So thank you for participating and being part.
thanks, Robert. Austin. Do you want to stop recording, Robert?